My name is Tamara. I am currently a senior slash first year grad student at UB. I'm studying African American Studies and also pursuing my master's in public health. And I guess my journeys with Sayas Buffalo started my junior year of high school, where I was introduced to the Sayas Ambassadors program. Essentially, what I did was I was just, making sure my peers understood the services that were provided to them.
My name is Celine Rodriguez. I'm a second year student in the University of California, Davis. My majors are managerial economics and philosophy. And I'm trying to triple major with Spanish. When I was 14, I decided to come to the United States looking for like the American dream, for better opportunities, for a better life. I carry one of the strongest motivations knowing what my parents sacrificed for me. The way I see going to college will mean like opening so many doors, so many new opportunities to be the person that can make a change. And that was like my mindset. Of course, there were setbacks in the process, such as economic stability, support applying, understanding the whole system, language. As a first generation student, like it's been so hard, but definitely like Richmond Promise has always been there to support through the process.
When I first came to high school, we had majors in our high school, and I majored in biochemistry, mainly because I wasn't interested in engineering or computer or uh, IT services. So I was majoring in biochemistry, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do specifically, but I know I wanted to work in sciences and teaching. But then my junior year of high school, my junior year of high school was pretty awakening for me, but it was when I experienced my grandmother passing away from preventative diseases. And when that happened, the first thing I asked her, why weren't you taking better care of your health? Why weren't you taking the measures you needed to take better care of your health? And she was like, well, one, I'm sick of seeing different doctors all the time, seeing different and explaining my story all the time. She was also not really trusting of the medical industry because of the history that Black communities have had with the medical industry. So from there, I was like, okay, in order for me to help my community, aside from all of the other things that burden my community, like transportation issues, redlining, and things like that, I believe that it was my calling to help in the medical field in the health industry. So I decided that I want to launch a health facility in the east side of Buffalo and really work toward mitigating African American health disparities and just gain like physician experience, like the things that I'm doing now. They really help toward like shaping my career goals and really understanding what goes into a health facility. So yeah, that's what I want to do eventually. CS Buffalo, they provided me with the internship and career pathways program. And with that, I had an internship at Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. And there I was studying breast cancer in Black women. And obviously, it was something that, something I'm interested in, health disparities and things like that. But the thing that I got out of it was one, I realized that I hate research. But aside from that, I will also be a published author. So I'm working on a paper that will help with medical school, but it'll also help me to really truly deeply dive into like the research realm and understand like that part of the medical field.
Richmond Promise has given me a lot, starting like by financial aid, college support, COVID-19 resources like lately. I'm not the type of person that will tell you that I wouldn't have gone to college if I wouldn't have got like the Richmond Promise, but then I will be lying because like loans are there and I'll probably have taken that path. However, I will say the Richmond Promise took a huge burden off me, like a huge one. As the daughter of like immigrant parents, I need to be the head of the household in order to request for their visas or their residencies, meaning that I will have to become independent. I had to become independent at a young age to be able to support them. Well, having like the burden of all the debts that I would have got if like Richmond Promise wouldn't have helped me out.
with everything that's going on, especially during COVID, it's really difficult to look at what you deem as success when everything's like deterred, right? And especially for me, I'm the type of person that wants something like a cut, like this is how it's going to be. And if it's not like this, I'm going to be upset. But this pandemic really showed me to have flexibility and to really be content with what I have and be content with what the outcome is. Only because like I feel like if you're not happy with what you have or with how you like if you did it the best you could, you have to be happy with that. Otherwise, you'll go your whole life not feeling like you're successful. But I think another thing that goes with that as well is having support and having like family, having mentors, having people that kind of give you that reassurance that you are successful. And especially like as a first generation low income black college student, it's really easy to get discouraged. So I think having those support systems, but also having people in similar situations like you to talk to, um, just to kind of like reassure you that you're doing the right thing, even though you might feel like the world is crumbling down, like you're doing the right thing and just sticking with it. And for me, I guess success would just be seeing other people thrive. I know it's like, it's not really me, but it's like just seeing other people being where they want to be is like what I see as successful, and like just being content and being happy and grateful for where you are and where you want to be.
If I'm gonna be honest, like probably a lot of students will already tell you their dream job, but like I don't have one, which is the reason why I'm kind of like this doing all these three majors while trying managerial economics, philosophy, and Spanish. I definitely will do like two of them, but I'm still deciding about the third one because it's really hard. But like I don't have a dream job. Like I have been wanting to focus like sometimes on like business and going to like business graduate school, and then some other times to like leaning towards philosophy where like I can like become a go to law school and then like become a lawyer and like focus on immigration topics because like that has been my personal life. So I think like for me, after finishing all of this, success will look like being able to get the job I would like.
With Sayus Buffalo, with throughout all the programs, one thing that has been very instilled in us is like the importance of networking and knowing who you're working with, knowing who you may potentially be working with. So as I've gone through all of my internship experiences, I've always sent a follow-up email and just like really thanking them for giving us the opportunity to intern with their organization. So with that, like every experience that I've had, I've always made sure that I sent a follow-up email or connected with them on LinkedIn. Just it's the little things that not only like make your mark, but also like just keep that lasting relationship. And even if you send a follow-up email 6 months later, just saying, hey, I'm still in school, I'm doing this and that. So that's how I establish the networks and kind of keep those relationships going. I've had so many experiences that have made me wiser in Buffalo, especially with Buffalo being one of the most segregated cities in the nation. I've had those hands-on experiences for me to actually like to open my eyes and realize how racist Buffalo is. And in seventh grade, my seventh grade English teacher, he used to always, criticize all my work. I used to have the same exact answers as my peers, but they would get higher grades. And I would always wonder, why is this the case? Why am I having to why am I have to confront you just for me to get the points that I deserve? And that was an ongoing battle. And one day he said, you're smart, don't be a statistic. And I didn't think anything of it at first, but looking back, I was like, wow, this is how a lot of people view Black women like myself. And that's the reason why I feel like I have to work 10 times harder to get to where I want to be, because they're kind of expecting us to fail. And especially like as women and as women of color, I feel like we just have to work 10 times harder. And that's why it's so important for us to build each other up and really work toward getting to where we want to be. So that experience alone just really motivated me to want to empower my community and equip my community to take better care of their health.
One of the life experiences that I believe has helped to set me up for career success will be like me coming to the United States at a young age, it has given me so much independency. um and also like it has leaned me towards like thinking about becoming like a lawyer, towards like focusing on like immigrations. I think like that has been like I have never thought about this before, so I think it relates to how like my mindset has changed over the years. Because back in Peru, well, we don't have like the same type of problems when it comes to immigration status and all that. But I think this has been one of the greatest life experiences like that I have been able to get, and like that has been able to say to change my mindset. And like, well, is like I was saying, is leaning me towards like become a lawyer and all that. But I also want to know about like more about like what the immigrant community like needs. And I think like I'm doing this by like being part of like this fellowship that I was mentioning, about the immigrant justice fellowship, where I'm able to like interview students, ask them like how has like their immigration status or like their parents immigration status has impacted them.
A few things that I think leaders should keep in mind when, developing research and policies with students. One thing I think they should keep in mind is to make sure that they understand that every student's experience is unique. Not every student who comes from a first generation background may have the same, experiences as another person, or like certain marginalized groups might not have the same issues as other marginalized groups. Another thing that I think leaders should keep in mind is that uh, the success of education goes beyond the classroom. There are so many things that are, in a student's mind when they're going to the classroom, whether it's in college or in high school. Things they're worrying about, like transportation or maybe the next meal they're going to eat. I think it's really important that leaders should keep in mind student voice, because at the end of the day, we are the ones that are most impacted by their grant decisions, their research that they want to conduct, or any policies that they want to implement.
Well, what I will want the leaders to know is first like how thankful I am for like have for be for to be part of this community, of the Promise program community. It has helped me a lot, and I think it's not just me. I think it has helped a lot of the students. I'll, I'll definitely like one day will want to repay everything that they have done, as in like financial wise, mentorship programs and all that. And I will definitely love to see this program expand if more students were able to come with this support, first generations, low income students. I know like it will be more of us going to college and like seeing a more diversity rather than just like one specific group. So I definitely like want to be thankful for that.